Mr. River Dog, you're on in 5. River Dog? Mr. River Dog, we're on in 1. Welcome everybody to the River Dog Show, starring River Dog. You goofball. I'm trying to set the camera up for the next video shot, and my friends are reminding me what time it is. What's the matter, chicks? Are you trying to get my attention? All right, chickadees, let's go get some seeds. Oh, I'm a sucker for those little birds, I tell you. Little goofballs. They're a little nervous because River's here. All right, that's the deal. First one takes it out of the hand, the rest get the seeds. But they don't get the seeds until one of them takes it out of the hand. So hopefully they're figuring out the system. Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to my van. A phrase no woman ever wanted to hear. Anyway, so I was at my local farm and home store, and their wood stoves were on sale. And there was a stove that was normally like $400, and it was on clearance for $299, I think. And then there was a sign that said 20% off all wood stoves. Well, I'm not convinced that that sign referred to this stove that was on clearance. But when I brought the sign up to the service counter, they said that they would give me 20% off because it was on top of this stove. So anyway, I ended up getting this stove for about $230, which I thought was a pretty good deal, really. The problem is, I'm not sure how I'm going to get it out of the truck and into the bunkhouse. My son helped me load it into the van, and of course, being all alone, now I have to figure out a way to wrangle several hundred pounds into the bunkhouse. And I'm just going to put it in the bunkhouse for now because, well, it'll eventually go in there, and I don't have anywhere else to put it. So let's figure out if we can get this where it needs to go without killing ourselves. I don't think I'm going to be able to. I can't carry it. I can lift it from part to part, but I'm probably not going to be able to carry it. So let me go get the cart, and we'll start with that. Oh boy. That's heavy. That is heavy. Okay, well that went well. I'm not sure how much this stove weighs, but it's over 200 pounds, probably 250 if I had to guess. This is actually going to be easier than I expected. Said famous last words, right? I just have to be careful how I do this because it has a glass front on it and I don't want to put it down the wrong way. Oh boy, that's heavy. That is heavy. Look at that. Look at that. Whew. That was way easier than it was supposed to be. Every once in a while, someone will ask me about this cart. And I got it at Home Depot, and it was expensive. It was like a couple $100. And it was really hard to pay that much for a garden cart. But if I'm honest, this thing has been worth every penny. It has a tilt box on it, which is really nice. And the handle has this pin, so you can attach it to like a lawnmower or a four-wheeler and pull it around too. It's really a handy cart, and I've really been happy with it. So if you're looking for a good garden cart, check out Gorillas. I'm not affiliated with them or anything, but I do get a lot of comments about it, so now you have it. Working on the windows, getting those punched out. And I found out that the flashing doesn't really want to stick very well when it's cool out. So I'm probably gonna have to wait till tomorrow afternoon when it's the warmest and put the windows in then. One thing I did get done that I didn't show you was I got the tar paper on that overhang. So that's all squared away and protected. On tonight's menu, we're gonna have some shake and bake pork chops, but I'm gonna take this opportunity to use some of this birch syrup that I got from our birch trees last year. And I haven't used it in a real recipe yet, so I think I'm gonna try to use it as a glaze on one of the chops just to see if it's any good or not. It's the first week in February, and I've been getting reports of people tapping maple trees already. So, might be kind of time to start thinking about that. I think maybe next week. Believe it or not, I got summoned for jury duty next week. So I'm gonna have to go back to the river house for that. And there's no way I'm gonna get called, but I still have to go through the process just like anybody else. So that's gonna ruin a few days. I remember when you used to get pork chops, there'd be like 5 or 6 of them in a pack. Now, not only are they more expensive, but it looks like we're down to 4. Used to be there was never enough seasoning to coat all the chops. Now there's not enough chops for the seasoning. I know this is gonna make me sound like my grandpa when I say this, but the world is going to hell in a handbasket. All right, well, I don't know if I should put this glaze on first or if I should put it on after it cooks for a while. I'm afraid it's gonna burn the sugars in there, but I can even get it open. It's like cemented shut. Ooh, look at that. That looks like molasses. Look at that, how dark that is. Can you see that in the light? I don't know if you can see that in the light. Right, it tastes like molasses. It is definitely a different flavor. It's almost, yeah, it's different, but we're gonna give it a shot. Some of you said that I'm gonna try to get a close-up of this because you guys gotta see this. Look how dark that is. That is like molasses. That's what it reminds me of. Maybe I should be dipping. Maybe I should use this as a dipping sauce. Some people said that they use it as like a dipping sauce, but we'll put a little on here as a glaze and experiment a little bit. Made this loaf of bread 2 days ago now. Or was it yesterday? It's starting to get to that 2-day-old kind of texture, so I think what we will do is I think we'll make some garlic bread out of it tonight. Ooh, it's going on thick. Hope there won't be any vampires in the cabin tonight. Woo! I just opened the oven to put the garlic bread in there on the pizza stone, and there's some remnants of old burnt cheese and stuff on the pizza stone because you can't really wash them very good, so there's always like grease baked in and some smoke. Well, I guess we know the smoke alarm works. That's good to know. The syrup did not stick to the pork chop very well, the glaze, when I was cooking, and it basically ran off and set the fire alarm off. So I thought maybe I would just try putting a little glaze on it now while it's hot, letting it spread out a little bit. Alright, forgive me, but I'm going to do this caveman style. Well, putting it on the hot chop, spreads it out and it's not so thick. It almost dilutes it a little bit. That's not bad. That's not bad. I totally could like dip chunks in this. It almost has a cherry overtone to it. And I don't know if that's the way, because of the way it cooked or what, but it mellowed out the sharpness of it. It's different for sure. All right, well, I'm gonna go eat. So you guys don't want to hear me smacking my lips for the next 15 minutes. So I will catch you after supper. Good morning. I've been promising you for weeks that we're gonna put these windows in, and today we're finally gonna do it. Being a little warmer would help a lot. They make rollers for this, but I don't have one. Hoping a little heat from the friction of rubbing it will help with the adhesion. So I'm just trying to create like a little shingle effect here. So if water does get underneath the window or on the edges, it will gravitate down, and then these are overlapped like shingles, so the water should drain out. Which I don't think water will ever get in this far, but you never know, right? Get some weird wind blowing or something, or it's better to be safe than sorry. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run a bead of caulk around the top and down each side, but I'm not gonna put any on the bottom because I want water to be able to come out if it ever gets in. So we want to make sure that we don't seal. So I want to make sure I don't seal this bottom up.
Caught behind Venetian blinds, out of reach for the city lights. This ain't where I belong. Hey, look at me, man, what I've become. I've been running east, looking for a sunset, digging deep since '99. What I thought was gone was sitting in my pocket in plain sight all along.
I'm gonna stick a nail in here so it doesn't fall out when I go in to check on it. All right, let's go inside and see how level we are, and we need to adjust. All right, we are level vertically and horizontally, so we're gonna start pounding in our nails. But I need 2 hands for this, so I will catch you guys in a little bit.
Have a toast for those lost old eyes. And my crooked little heart that seems so rebellious is falling apart right
window number 1. I think we have 4 or 5 more to do. We better get on it. Went pretty smooth actually. I'm pretty happy with how it went in. I'm just gonna go inside and adjust the shims a little bit, and then it's on to the other ones, but I won't bore you with those details. So I'll catch back with you when some more work is done. Well, time for a break. I swear, nothing ever goes smoothly. So I've got 3 of the 5 windows put in. They went pretty good. I was just getting cocky and I was like literally telling myself, well, this is going really smooth until this. Yeah, it's not that I can even just replace the glass because the frame is shattered as well. It's my own fault. It's my own fault. So I had it in the window, and normally I put it in the window, I pound a couple nails in it, I go in the backside and adjust the shims and whatnot. Well, I forgot the hammer in the cabin. So I went in the cabin and everything was fine. I had it stuck with the silicone. I thought it would be all right. And of course, as soon as I stepped on the floor of the cabin, it moved. The window came out, and it was like watching in slow motion as it fell onto the ladder. And I'm like, oh no. And then it didn't break, and then it fell to the ground, and that's when it broke. So I'm pretty frustrated as usual. And then I was getting frustrated because it's warm today and all the snow is melting. So I've been standing underneath a shower, putting in the windows, and that's been frustrating with this cold water dripping down the back of my neck the whole time. So I'm out of flashing and I'm gonna need more silicone. So I just decided I'm taking a break. I'm going into town. I'm gonna get the stuff. And when I come back, I'm gonna start working on burning that brush. And I'm gonna give the windows a break for a little while until my, don't work angry, they say, right? Don't work angry because you make bad decisions. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a little break, go get a few more supplies so we can finish this job up once and for all and move on to something else because, yeah, I'm tired of windows already. I got back from town and I put in the last window. It was too dark to film, but the windows are all done now. Unfortunately, I lost that one window that fell and broke. And the windows I'm putting in there are the cheapest ones I can buy new at Home Depot, but it was still a $225 window. So that one definitely stung a little bit, but what are you gonna do, right? Stuff happens. So since I had a late lunch, I thought I would just make some snacks. So what we have on the agenda tonight are some cream cheese stuffed jalapenos wrapped in bacon. So we're gonna throw these in the oven, and then we're gonna dip them in. I'm going to try that birch syrup as a dipping sauce. And if that doesn't work, I've got some raspberry jelly. I'm gonna go with that. But either way, these should be good. I was gonna put them on the grill tonight, but because I had to make another trip to town, it completely ruined the schedule. And so this is just kind of a last minute Hail Mary. So until then, I'm gonna have a Diet Coke and wait till the oven heats up. You want a Diet Coke? I'll grab you one. There's plenty, trust me, there's plenty in the cooler. I'm gonna turn on a little mood lighting. What do you think? Huh. Maybe I won't. Oh, there we go. A little blue tonight, or maybe a little green. How about my favorite? A little orange. Orange always looks good in the dark. I like the orange. Well, everybody, it's that time again. Time to say goodbye, but not for long, because you know the deal. We will see you soon. Unfortunately, I've been summoned for jury duty, so it's back to the river house I go for a few days. I really cannot see me getting drawn just because of my former occupation. That would be pretty rare unless it's a civil trial. So I don't suspect I'll have to serve. So hopefully we'll be back here in a few days and it will be time to start tapping some maple trees, I think. And then we're gonna address those soffits. So what I had planned to do was I planned to cut off the tips of those rafters so that I had a flat space to nail the soffit to. And then I was gonna run trimmer boards on the side of the cabin that would support the soffits on the wall end. But then I was thinking, why can't I just put the soffits up against the rafters at an angle? Why would I need to make them horizontal? So I do have the fascia boards, and my thought was I was going to put the fascia boards on and just nail the soffits up to the rafters as they are, as an angle. So my question to you guys is there any reason I can't do that? Is there anything I'm thinking? Is there anything that I'm not thinking of that would be like cause a failure? Or is it more just about looks? So if any of you know anything about construction, can you give me some advice on this? Like, it would be easier just to do it at an angle because I wouldn't have to go through and cut all those rafters perfect. Does it affect airflow? That's the only thing I can think of is, would it affect airflow in the way that the soffit air moved? I don't know. Tell me your thoughts. You want to say goodbye to everybody and show them your baby toy? What's that baby toy you got? Show them your baby toy. What do you got there? All right, everybody. We will see you soon.